Be and Exist is the fourth full-length album from Lucifer's Hammer, a Santiago, Chile-based heavy metal band, and I think we can squarely just call them heavy metal. There's a new wave of British heavy metal influence in everything they do. Obviously, there's some Iron Maiden influence, and they've tried to find the exact right basis for that sound over time. And this record is maybe a tonal shift for the band. They have moved away from the new wave of traditional heavy metal lightness, that sort of early Enforcer 80s heavy rock feeling of their sound, and now they're leaning back and forth between something a little bit more speed metal edged and something that is just squarely tuneful. So as often as I'd like to say this is a late 70s early 80s style band, I think we find on this record that they've changed things up a little bit. They've made it more about the song and less about the specific retro era they're covering, and I think it makes for their best record yet. Just to cut right to it. So let's hit a song here, and you'll see that they can be tuneful, and they do get right to it with the record with the first song. We are neighbors. We are neighbors. Time goes round and round. We are neighbors. So I think this opens the discussion as, like, if I say a band is a lot like Iron Maiden, or one song sounds like Tank, the next one sounds like Slewfeg, the next one has maybe a Running Wild riff, and then there's a Thin Lizzy style lead on the next one. Is this just an unoriginal thing, or do they have a broad oeuvre from some respect? Is there an original thought in their heads? So there's different ways to approach heavy metal, and for me, the underground stuff like this band, they do all those things so well that I can't really fault them for not being particularly original. In the past, it was just fine what they were doing, and on this record, it feels like they have more of their own personality through these songs and the tuneful way that they're written. So their songs kind of prove that they are themselves. There is a realization of their own personality in terms of the actual songwriting and songcraft, as it were. And so I think that's the step up that album number 4 makes, is that it feels like this is a Lucifer's Hammer record, and I don't need to necessarily reference all those other bands to get that across, but it is a part of their DNA. Everything has been done before, and some of the references are a little bit obvious to some, but overall, it's a good record that plays well front to back. There's no misses, there's no ballads. They just kind of cut to their best of their best, and it makes for a great record. I appreciate the bass playing in particular on this record, and I think the vocals could use a little bit less of the layered side of things, less of the shout along stuff, but the anthemic side of the band is maybe the more exciting part of what they do either way. So some pluses and some minuses there, but overall, this is a great heavy metal record if you're a fan of that kind of thing, and it releases on June 14th. Go ahead and check it out when it does, and read my review if you will, and see if that lines up with your thoughts. I don't want to kill